was already breaking his law when he came.
Right.
And then they're selective about that because they're going to tell you God's laws are done away with, but pastor want his money.
Yeah. And it's always a moving scale. Always a moving scale. And it's like, well, you better tithe.
Wait. Give me that tithe. I need that tithe.
And that's why I go to. I try to go through things with a fine-tooth comb only because you can't have blanket statements and be like, well, God said this and this and that, because how are we figuring out God? Like I said before, how are we figuring out God when we can't figure out healthcare? Right? So we have this thing to where we got God figured out, but we can't get along on this motherfucker.
Right.
So I think there's a lot more nuance to it. There's a lot more searching to do, and that's what people are starting to do. But how it's been weaponized, that's why I'm like, I kind of denounce it. Not to say I don't believe the Bible, but when you think about, King James and his clergymen and had Shakespeare in there, thee, though, thou, sounds like a Shakespearean play. So I'm like,
But King James was a nigga too, though.
So he was black.
Yeah.
Okay, break that down.
Not only a good book for anybody, you get a book called The Negro Question, Volume 4. It'll show you, they call King James, I think it's his great-grandfather or great-great-grandfather, they call him Black Boy.
I think I've heard that. Yeah.
Yeah, they called him Black Boy because he was black. He knew that he was an Israelite too. His throne was built like King David's throne. That's how he built the throne. So they would call themselves the Jacobites because Israel's name is Jacob also. So King James is a brother. Shakespeare's a brother. All of them, like what they call the Dark Ages, that's when niggas was ruling. Oh. Even Benjamin Franklin said, we don't want...
Dark Ages for real.
Even Benjamin Franklin said, we don't want America to be black like Europe. Because as the white man was coming out them caves, or as we would say in the book of Revelations, he was coming out of that bottomless pit. His goal was to go out and conquer and get rid of everything. And so King James and all of them, even the Shakespeare part, Shakespeare had nothing to do with the translation. Even if you read the beginning of if you get a King James 1611, it'll break down how it was constructed. King James was fighting against the Roman Catholic Church. And so he just took the top Hebrew scholars and Greek scholars and had them translated. He himself had nothing to do with it. It's only called King James because he authorized it.
Right.
That's the only, that's the only thing he had. Another thing, he had a book called Demonology. And most people think demonology is him supporting demonology.
Nah.
When if you actually read the book, the demonology is him condemning demonology. They had the whole homosexual talk with King James. But if you read the Basilicon Duran, which was letters that he wrote to his son,